TV. Welcome back to another episode of Doctor Who Too Hot for TV. We are the podcast that looks at all things Doctor Who Extended Universe, from comic strips to unmade scripts, from BBV to BBC, and the best performances to some piss-poor Liz Shaw impersonations. We cover it all. Today, I'm joined by two of my absolute favourite Doctor Who podcasters. Who do I have at the other end of a Zoom?
Hello, I'm Mark.
And I'm Joe Ford. Hello.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you for joining me on this adventure today. Before we get started, I want to talk to you a little bit about your own podcast, because I'm basically stealing the format of Joe's podcast a little bit. But Mark, tell the world about anybody out there who might not have heard your podcast, what it is and what you do.
So my podcast is called To Watch Who, and it essentially does what the title says. There's two of us watching our way through Doctor Who in order, with the point of view of me being the fan for a very long time, and my friend Sarah, who has never watched Doctor Who before. So she is watching all of these for the very first time, and we are discussing as we go. And she's doing a very good job. She's done 17 seasons so far, and she hasn't given up. So
she has. At the time of recording this, you've just dropped your Sharda episode, I think it was. That was the last one I heard anyway.
Yes.
And it's a lot of fun and very insightful for anybody out there who doesn't listen to it. And if you don't, shame on you. So, Joe, you've got a couple of Doctor Who podcasts as well.
Oh, I've done a little bit of this, yeah. Yeah, shame on you for ripping off the commentary podcast. All right. I've been ripping off Toby Hadoke for ages, so don't worry about it. I have a podcast called A Hamster with a Blunt Penknife, which Dylan has been on himself to record. What have we done now? Dalek Invasion of Earth and
Yes.
Demons of the Punjab.
Yes, and coming up, we've got It Takes You Away, and at some point we're doing Flux as well.
Higher season of Flux. So essentially it's just like-minded people coming together and spreading a lot of love about Doctor Who in the commentary format. And the other Doctor Who podcast I have is called The Nine One Be Praised, which I do with my friend Jack. We were on a bit of a hiatus at the moment because, you know, he's busy having a life and things like this, which I don't do. So
Very rude.
But we'll be back, baby. And the third one that I do is entirely linked into this podcast. It's Big Finish related. It's called Finish Big. It's with some other fellow.
I'm on that one. I forgot about that one.
Which we do together. And we're basically going through the entirety of Big Finish in order, the good and the bad. And yeah, it's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's not just the Doctor Who stuff, it's everything that Big Finish has done. So all these things that probably people have never heard of. Like
Earth Search Mind Warp, which we are the only two people that have ever bought and listened to that.
That was good.
I love the nicheness of it, and you know, this podcast is here for all sort of niche things Doctor Who related, no matter how tenuous. Which I guess brings us quite nicely on to what we're going to talk about today. Now, usually at the start of this podcast, I ask people about, you know, how they got into Doctor Who, but I'm hoping if I don't scare you away, I'm going to get you both back individually, so we'll do a dive into that another time. But we met up in real life along with some other Doctor Who fans, and I basically cornered you after a couple of drinks and went, have you ever seen the Probe videos? And you went, yes. And I said, but have you seen Probe When to Die? And so today we're doing the most recent Probe film that Bill Baggs did, starring Liz Shaw. I'm really sorry for imposing this on
you. All right? You should be sorry. I was saying off mic that we're coming on this fabulous niche podcast, and he's going to choose something absolutely juicy for us. And the hour I spent watching this last week. It's the most enjoyable hour of my life, I tell you. It's truly terrible on many levels.
Well, I promise next time you're both back, you can pick something wonderful that we'll do together. Or if you just want to inflict something that you'll know I'll hate on me, you're more than welcome to. So just before we kick off the commentary, I want to know a little bit about what do you know about BBV and the Probe series? Have you seen those? Is there any other BBV releases you particularly love, loathe?
Yeah, I do quite like them actually, because being a sort of fan around, the 90s, being a 90s fan, this was all we had. So, I did really appreciate them at the time. So I've seen the first couple of Probe videos with Caroline John as Liz Shaw. I haven't seen all of them. I've seen the
irreplaceable Caroline John.
This is back when Probe, hired actors to be in the show.
And, they are what they are. They are our favourite Doctor Who actors coming together to make a sci-fi show for the fans who don't have anything else around that time. They're making a little bit of money on the side probably as well, so it doesn't do them too bad. That's all it is. I really love the Auton series though that BBV have done. I thought that was really good. I'm a huge fan of those.
But do you know why you like the Auton series? I was reading this fascinating book the other day called Downtime, all about 90s Doctor Who.
That sounds very fascinating.
The writer, I'll tell you what, his prose style is absolutely incredible. Yeah, look, you seem to have a copy of it, right?
Yeah, I've never read it. It's a load of old shit.
And I was reading the chapter on Auton and about this fabulous spat between Bill Baggs and Nicholas Briggs, where Briggs is saying, look, you can have the script, all right, but I'm going to direct it because you're a terrible director. I've been on set watching you direct these other things and basically killing the drama. And it is true because Auton is very skillfully put together. In fact, when you told me it was Nicholas Briggs, I didn't believe you. I had to go and look on the cover. But there is a world of difference between what Briggs is doing with Auton and what Baggs is doing with, what's this called that we're doing today?
Probe.
When to Die.
When to Die. See, it's so unmemorable. I've even forgotten the title.
So there are 4 previous Probe releases, aren't there, before this?
So it starts with the Zero Imperative, which isn't really... It wasn't... It was kind of retrospectively a Probe video. Like, Liz Shaw was in it as part of Probe, but it was just a one-off, and then they decided to do this Liz Shaw focus series, the British X-Files, as it was dubbed at the time.
I was going to say, well, it was exciting at the time because the adverts were in Doctor Who magazine, and it looked really cool. There was that, what was like Peter Davison with like devil eyes or something on the advert and stuff.
Calling it the British X-Files.
Yeah.
On the covers.
That
is bold, given the budget they're working with.
I mean, it is similar to the X-Files, I guess, but it's more sort of folk horror, isn't it, than sort of out-and-out aliens and stuff. I remember seeing them also. They were broadcast on the Sci-Fi Channel a couple of times.
Really?
But that was because Nick Briggs worked for the Sci-Fi Channel when it first launched. It was Nick Briggs, Gary Russell. They were all in there at some point.
But the highlight of these was seeing Caroline John playing Liz Shaw. Okay,
a little bit crabbier.
Slightly different version of Liz Shaw, but that's essentially what made me go to watch them, to see what they'd done to the character and see her play the character. Yeah, not in this case, though, that we're going to watch today, though.
Do you know, there was a sequence in, I think it was The Devil of Winterbourne, which is the second Probe video, I think, the one with Peter Davison. And that's a very well acted one, actually, I thought. Apart from Mark Gatiss as that very strange special needs gardener. That was very...
Yeah, it's a bit uncomfortable to watch.
And there was a sequence where Patricia Haggard puts up Liz Shaw for the night and comes to visit her in her bedroom with some blankets, right? Yeah. And I said to him, oh my God, she is trying to come on to her. I swear to God. Well, skip forward 20 years later, and they're in a relationship together in this one.
I know. And they haven't changed a bit.
I have to say the original was played by Louise Jameson.
Yes. Masterfully played by Louise Jameson, a very skillful actor.
I know we were pretty desperate in the 90s, right? We would have taken it. We'd take any scraps they throw at us, all right, starring Doctor Who actors. After watching this, I don't think we know how lucky we were in those early Probe days.
Exactly?
To have proper actors in it, you know?
This is a world apart from those other Probe films. I mean, it makes it look like this makes it makes the old ones look like the best bits of Stephen Moffat or Russell T Davis's or Chris Chibnall's Doctor Who comparatively. But this was not released in the 90s. Probe When to Die was released on the 15th of April 2015, between Last Christmas and The Magician's Apprentice, just to sort of contemporize it a little bit.
Indistinguishable between those two, isn't it?
I mean, I know a lot of people don't like Series 9, but, would you rather watch The Woman Who Lived or this again?
This ain't chalk and cheese. This is different universes, all right?
So as always, I always look back at the news stories at the time of things that were going on. And one of the most interesting stories from the time was, do you remember there was a whole Sony email leak? So a load of emails were basically hacked at Sony. And I didn't realize this, but that included a conversation between the BBC director of television, Danny Cohen, and Sony about a Doctor Who film they were trying to put together at the time. Ultimately, Stephen Moffat wouldn't let it happen. And one of the emails says, sounds like we need to meet the showrunners and they'll be gone soon. So in the next 8 years, we should make a Doctor Who film. And that was a plan.
Vaguely.
People talking around about a film around that time.
I mean, we love a scandal, don't you? Have you not heard about this docu-series that's coming out on
the channel? I can't wait.
It's basically going to be, they're going to read the J&T book, aren't they? And just basically detail most of that.
It'll be that, and someone will go, oh, and William Hartnell was a racist.
Yes, exactly. Just listen to our podcast. I'll say that every week.
We sort to just slag him off.
I bet you she's in it. I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see
She turned down Power of the Doctor because she was probably filming this. Like, this is more my thing.
And here we've brought in Patrick Troughton's 19 families here. Serial bigamist.
And Tom Baker shagged his companion and was a bit drunk.
John Pertwee was obviously above reproach, though,
Well, no, John Pertwee, there's that story of him slapping Elizabeth Sladen or something like that in her biography. Really? I'm sure I read that. Maybe I'm actually just casting shade on Pertwee.
Isn't it, where he says, show us your tits. Yeah, remember
that one? Not to Elizabeth Sladen, though.
No. So there was this Doctor Who movie that never happened, but there's always a Doctor Who movie that never happened. Just before we get into a Doctor Who movie, do you want a Doctor Who film?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
The first one was such a meteoric success. A sequel was inevitable. No. Do you not think it's tailored for television, Doctor
Absolutely.
Who?
I think the only thing you can do on the screen, on the big screen, is like a quest type thing to show the sort of like variety of the show, and it's been done, and you can do better on TV. It's absolutely made for TV.
Unless they bring back Daphne Ashbrook as Grace Holloway, and then
yeah, absolutely, and Yi So and Eric Roberts.
Have you heard Eric Roberts in those spin-off audios?
I've only heard the trailer, but he can barely open his jaw these days from years and years of gurning from too much cocaine.
He said zero effort, maximum impact. He just can't be arsed. He's just sort of, I'm going to take
What a guy. So no Doctor Who movies for us. And then other adventures at the time were out from Big Finish and other places, just again to contemporize it. From Big Finish, we had The Ghost Trap, The Well-Mannered War, Damaged Goods, The Defectors, Deathmatch, and Jago and Lightfoot Series 9.
Wow, that was a good month.
That's a good time. The Defectors, that was Sylvester McCoy and Joe Grant. They did this very niche, very weird trilogy where they bring in doctors and
they were mixing up the companions.
Yeah.
We had the Fifth Doctor with Stephen and Vicky, didn't we? And the Sixth Doctor, Jamie and Zoe.
And you got Damaged Goods, which is one of the best ones they've ever put out.
Yeah,
I think.
that was really good. That was great.
That's interesting. I wasn't a fan of it. I love Damaged Goods, the book, but I felt the audio adaptation was a little bit, I don't know, it just felt a bit too much like Saturday tea time telly, the way they did it. It didn't work for me as well. But
I thought that was may I contradict you for a second?
Absolutely.
Sorry, I hate to do this on your own podcast.
No, go ahead.
I was the other way around. I didn't like the book because to me that didn't. I thought it was a very well written book, but I thought it was too adult Doctor Who audience. It was lots of sort of things about pregnancy of crazy aliens and drug dealing and all of this. But I thought Johnny Morris had come in then and actually kind of battered it into a Doctor Who story, and then they did a really good production with it. So just an opposing view.
But you know what? I will give that a re-listen and let you know how I get on. I didn't really love those novel adaptations in general. I just think they all work better as books.
You liked them,
I
didn't you?
liked, yeah, I did like them. Maybe not Cold Fusion. I didn't get on with at
Yeah.
all. I don't think I ever finished that one actually.
They didn't
But some of the
sell well,
other
did
Love and
they?
War, I thought was really well
Love and
done.
War was good, actually. Yeah, you're right.
Did you not hear Sophie Aldred at the end of
Well,
that?
okay, forget about
Screaming,
that.
screaming her bloody head off. Talk about as another BBV stalwart there.
I will
I like
not.
it when Big Finish do those new adventures with Lisa
Yeah,
Bauman as Bernice in there as well. It's nice to
yeah,
hear the actors together. I think that's what I
yeah.
need.
It's always nice when Benny shows up with the Seventh Doctor. You know, she's been stuck in an alternative universe with what's his face, David Warner for years, but that's obviously come to an end. So maybe we'll see more of them together. Shall we get into the commentary for the greatest Doctor Who spin-off of all
Otherwise,
time?
we could just keep talking all day.
Everybody get your copies ready to play.
Your legally purchased copies. What I should say is, when you put this in a DVD player or a computer, it comes up and it thinks it's a copy of the Autumn films because Bill Baggs obviously doesn't know how to burn his CDs correctly. But it just adds to the DIY nature of Probe When to Die, which I'm just
You
holding.
realise there's going to be a huge spike in sales now. Bill Baggs has been going, what's going on? Suddenly I'm the top of the Amazon charts.
We can only hope. So shall I count us in? Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Shall we go in 3, 2, 1, play?
I could spend the next hour, talking about better things you could have spent that 15 quid on.
Yeah, or I could have just given it to a homeless person and they would have had a better time. Well, mine took a little bit longer to zhuzh up, but don't you worry. I'm sure we'll catch up at some point. It's a Bill Baggs film.
It is a Bill Baggs film, yes.
A name that instills, excitement in the hearts and minds of Doctor Who fans.
Is it a Bill Baggs script?
It is a Bill Baggs script. This is the
it's
first
written
one.
by, directed, and starring Bill Baggs.
Yeah, exactly. He's the Dennis Waterman of Doctor Who.
Isn't he? He's getting as bad as that Nick Freak.
I was really having seen the previous Probe series, just these initial shots of someone hanging around the airport, putting up a tripod really quickly before any security comes and gets them.
No,
I was just so shocked.
Every single location bit in this entire film is that they've dashed in with the price.
Somebody's like flirting with a security guard down the road, just trying to.
And they're doing their lines, and she's actually driving as well, trying to do her lines.
I know.
I think you can see, isn't there a bit of paper in that? I think that's a bit of script at the top there.
Well, if it's good enough for John Pertwee, it's good enough for fake Liz Shaw. And
I believe Bill Baggs was the safety officer on this as well, so don't worry.
Now, in this car scene, we obviously get the first inclination that Liz Shaw might be a lesbian. Before this, you already said you thought Liz Shaw was a lesbian from the previous Probe film.
To be fair, though, I think everyone's a lesbian and gay and everything. So that's not really much to say.
Because she was getting very close to Louise Jameson on that sofa when they were drinking wine and stuff in the previous one. So it's not. It wasn't a great shock.
But thank God they stopped short of showing us Caroline John and Louise Jameson.
I don't think Bill Baggs has ever met a lesbian, though, just based on his portrayal of a relationship. Although I don't think he's ever met any real people. That's the only thing I can think of here. It's all very odd. I love that it's filmed. You can see he's like, we're filming it on location. It's going to be great. It's going to be like this big sprawling 24 sort of epic. And it just is a bunch of people running around Southampton, isn't it? In their mates' houses with a bunch of faded 90s sofas that people sit on throughout.
That's the thing. See, I did video production at university about sort of 10, maybe 15 years ago. And all the student films, they looked like this. They were filmed in our student houses.
Yeah.
There wasn't really any lighting, any sort of effort put into the surroundings. It was like, we need a house, we need a living room. Here you go, bring the actor in. It's very much this. A lot of the student films we did were like this, which is I was just quite shocked because just compared to those previous ones, I was expecting more of a sort of a development. Even by this time, 2015, there's so many sort of fan films and things out on YouTube that are sort of graded, have that they've got more sort of effect
Autumn
on.
was graded. I saw Autumn was graded.
Yeah, it's just I'm going to be harsh on the production quality.
Well,
I'm so sorry. I
say,
can't help it.
I have seen Mark's mounted version of Ghostwatch that he did
Right.
as a student film director.
No, that was just for fun when I was like a teenager.
He pulled in people from his local co-op convenience to act in that. And there's better acting than I'm seeing in
It's
this.
just things, for example, like this is obviously a local village hall that's
this
trying
is a
to
church
be
hall. This is
somewhere abroad. It's just little things. Okay, you haven't got the production, the money for the production. You haven't got that. You're doing it on a budget. Fair enough. But it's just things that you can help. Where everyone's just put their bags and coats on the floor in the background. You can just see it's those little things, or they hide out these conference rooms and they just haven't put the flip charts down, or they haven't. There's so many little things you can be in control of,
and like turn the lights down a little bit.
That's the thing, the lights, and when they've got their balaclavas, they're mismatched balaclavas. One guy's got like the full face, one guy hasn't on either side. It's just little things like that, which I think you need that just to add. Because once I start noticing these things, I can't help it, and it just goes downhill from there.
But the thing is he's obviously got a budget of about 53 quid, right? So why don't you write something that plays to that? That's a lot simpler than this.
Well, see, that's what Auton did. It was all self-contained in the warehouse.
Yeah,
with Doctor Who monsters where they've already got the costumes,
in the dark,
and it's just
that's why it works.
Or the Devil of Winterbourne, they've like, right, we write it in a school, we know we can get a school, we can film it in the summer holidays, don't give them a few £100 and you write around there. This one, you've got, he's dressed in that fucking tux just now, and he's supposed to be at like a posh garden party, and you can tell it's just in someone's garden, there's no one else there. And then it cuts to the exterior of a building that clearly isn't linked to the garden, and it's just all so badly done. And
it's just, if you can't, you just have to rein it in a little bit if you know that you can't do all of that stuff. And I mean, okay, I think the script overall, it's an okay idea. It's
the story's fine.
It's just
the execution.
It's just the execution of it. It's just not.
Last night, okay, we watched a movie called Red Road, which came out in 2006. Okay, and it's a low budget production, but it's been put together by a director who can craft shots beautifully, and it's all about this woman who's obsessed with this bloke, and it's a really, really simple premise and really creepy, and it works because they haven't got a lot of money, but it's just shot and lit really, really well. Why would you go and do this action epic with this super soldier taking alien pills, running around the forest with flashbacks to fucking Afghanistan and things like this? A budget of 50 quid? I don't get it.
I also don't believe anybody in this is a super soldier or even a soldier. Like, it looks like they've just been down the local spoons and gone, does anybody want to play a soldier for the day? It's like, if I was going to battle and was faced off against those guys, I think I'd be like, I think I'm probably going to win this. I think I'll probably be all right.
And any attempt in this to be sexy is this woman here, this woman in her negligee going through the files, who's had a previous experience with the soldier and is now going out with the fella from Whitehall who's trying to.
Who's like a budget Stephen Merchant.
When she was coming up, I was like, "Oh my god, there's going to be a sex scene." Please no, please don't, because you don't know what to expect in these things.
No, at least nobody tries to have sex in this, which is more than can be said for Zygon or indeed the Air Zone solution. The thing is, like, I've worked in video production for most of my adult life. I've got from everything from like corporate videos to sort of like TV shows to films. And it's like there are really good cameras available for what, like, small amounts of money. And he clearly works for the BBC in Southampton, where he used to work, because a lot of this seems to be shot in basically a kit rental house.
Film tapes. You see the
reels of really missing episodes there.
Yeah, I thought it was Philip Morris for a second. It just looked like looking at his shed. But it's just like, you must have access to better cameras than this just through your work. Or do you know what? People have shot better stuff on an iPhone than whatever camera this is.
That's the thing. I think that's what it is. It's because it's quite, it's only the last, 5 or 6 years or so, or whatever. It's like, as I say, I was doing stuff like this for my like dissertation at uni, and I can't watch it back. It's terrible, because this is how we did things. We just went out there, got some sort of local actors. Do you want something for your show reel? work for free, and we'll give you and it's exactly like that. It's probably given me trauma from my video production days watching this.
But as well,
and I can't watch that stuff back because I wrote this thing about, it's basically like a Banksy character going around London doing all these stuff, and we couldn't do it. We were walking around, asking shops if we can just film in their window for a few minutes and stuff, getting it, quick get the shot, move on. It's exactly like this. But
when Mark and I redid Dimensions in Time, we actually went to a marketplace and stood in front of somebody's stall when they ducked in for a bit. They're like, go, go, go. I think Bill Baggs is doing a lot of that. But can we talk about Bill Baggs as a director of drama? Because I feel like he always cuts away from the dramatic shots.
He does.
So in the dramatic moments, like where that fella got shot a minute ago there, it just cuts to like the file with blood splatting down it rather than anyone's reactions to what's going on. And then in other scenes, he does these like agonizingly long reaction shots to nothing going on.
He is someone who cannot direct drama, but I will say he has directed good stuff in the past. I don't know what happened. I mean, maybe good's not the competent stuff. The first couple of Probe films are competently done. The Air Zone Solutions competently done. The first couple of Strangers are all quite competently done. Like, there are better directors. But I don't know what happens from sort of around Zygon through to this, that he just loses any kind of vestige of talent he may have had, and just points cameras at things and doesn't think about the shots he's getting.
It's the difference of the actors, because obviously here, these are none of what we've had before, where it's our favourite Doctor Who actors, making a new drama for us. There's nobody here that we would recognize or we can sort of forgive or would bring a bit more talent to the production. So is it a mixture of just the bad production values mixed with some of the acting as well? And you need one of those things to be a bit of a higher quality to forgive. You
just said there though
to watch it. And actually also the problem is, like I say with the student video, I wasn't charging like 15 quid for everybody to buy this, Let's say there's fan videos that, okay, you want to do a tribute to Liz Shaw, you want to make something, you've got this script, great, upload it for free for YouTube for fans to watch or something, or show it at a convention. I think that it's charging quite a lot of money for this as well, which I think...
Tribute to Liz Shaw.
Well,
I don't... To this weird, static, terribly acted lesbian. I'm sorry, that is not a tribute to a much-loved character.
Yeah, I don't... He said at the time, I want to do a tribute to Caroline John, and so this is it. And this couldn't be less of a tribute if it tried. It's kind of shitting on the memory of Caroline John.
I was going to say, for a tribute to Caroline John is to take this off sale and make sure people don't watch it. I think that's that's the harshest I'm going to be.
But you just said there a minute ago about the script, okay? I think there's far too... How long is this? An hour?
It's an hour, yeah.
There's far too much happening in this hour. Like, maybe this could be like a 3-part miniseries with the story that it's telling. This fella who, what's he done? Is he gained magical powers or something?
Yeah, he's taken alien drugs.
Because when we first saw this, I thought he was going to be sort of like a Captain Jack type character that can't die, that's gone through, time, basically. But they don't really make too much of that.
What they want to do is they want to explore his past with the ex-girlfriend who is going out with the guy from the Ministry. They want to explore his relationship with his dad/brother. I couldn't quite figure out which one he was. The one who gets shot in the forest. It's an old man, but I think it might be his brother. Yeah. That's a hell of an age difference. Then they want to do like sort of him going on the run. They want to do Liz Shaw in her office, setting up that weird science fiction box thing that she's got.
Yeah, Aurak.
In an hour.
Yeah, there is a lot happening. Do you think it would have been better as an audio play?
A longer audio play though, to sort of like.
So you want more of this?
It has to do a lot of these things economically. So we get like this montage of their relationship, which is a party, them in bed with him stroking her head, and that's it. That's supposed to sell the relationship in like 5 seconds.
Yeah,
no time to explore any of it.
I do quite like that they've got that door from their bedroom into the garden, though. I think that's quite nice.
No, I don't think anyone else in the whole world has looked into this production as deep as we now.
So, do you know the deal with BBV, Bill Baggs, and indeed the Liz Shaw situation? you know how he got the rights for the character?
I don't know how he got them in the first place.
So, when he was making the Zero Imperative, they cast Caroline John, and they were like, "Oh, maybe we could actually have her be Liz Shaw. Wouldn't that be interesting?" And so they got permission from the BBC. They didn't charge them anything to use it, and they just got a letter saying you can use the character of Liz Shaw in your drama. And Bill Baggs still has that letter from 1994, and this is what he passes it off as. So he is literally operating on the art of what is possible there.
Well, I was also reading in the Downtime book, which, surprise, surprise, you wrote. It's fabulous, by the way. When the news came in that Big Finish had rights to Doctor Who, Baggs basically thought, well, the dream's over now.
Yeah.
He said it was the worst day of his life. I mean, I'm sure worse things have happened in his life than he can't make these productions anymore. But we'll take his word for it. But so is it because of that letter that he could keep doing dramas
with Liz
in it, just with no mention of the Doctor?
I mean, I think if the BBC gave a shit if this was making enough money, I don't think that letter from 1994 would hold up in court. But ultimately,
I think they probably watched it and went, "Oh, it's all right."
Yeah, this isn't a threat to the franchise. when it all appears on Disney Plus, there won't be a subcategory for this film.
Do you know what? We'll all be eating our fucking hats when one of those spin-off shows turns out to be Bill Baggs's Liz Shaw adventures.
Here we are, Liz and her lover.
Oh, go on, talk about the board.
And that is the biggest notice board in the background. It's her whole wall.
I got so excited because I could see some Sainsbury's vouchers pinned on there. They got £2 off their next shop.
These are.
They're just not production designed houses at all, are they? They are literally, you're in your mate's house having a glass. I think that's real wine as well. It's not even Ribena. The actors needed to drink something just to get through it. I have to say, I sat down to watch this last night and I thought I'll have a couple of beers with it because I'm not watching it sober. And my girlfriend Daisy came home early while I was halfway through and insisted on sitting with me for the last half.
Oh, no.
And I think it's the end of our relationship as a result.
I don't want to be that person that points at, I quite like it when you get some representation and it's older people and it's less pretty looking people, but this is taking things too far. You do not want to think about this pair getting at it, do you? I mean, look at them.
What do you think of this new Liz Shaw?
She's awful. But she's not giving a performance. It's like some dotty old woman has wandered into the set.
Hazel Burrows is her name.
I feel like she's just had a shopping trolley and she's happened to walk past and she's just stopped and she's just staring at what's happening in front of her and then she moves on again.
I'm getting flashbacks from John Pertwee in the Air Zone Solution because I feel as if he just went, "Oh, was there a Doctor Who thing going on? I'm going to be involved."
Yeah, I mean, this is very much Liz Shaw, the dinner lady years, isn't it? She's one of the notes I have, it just says what's wrong with everyone's faces because they can't act, but they're just so unattractive. I know that's a horrible thing to say.
Somebody brought that up.
There's nothing.
Well, I kept saying to her while we were watching, so I went, "Oh, you don't want to look at her, do you? You don't want that on your TV. We got a 52-inch telly, for God's sakes." I could see every detail.
Yeah.
But as well, there's no charm in her performance. There's no humor in her performance. I don't think it's there in the script. There's no lines giving her much charm. But I don't feel like she's this sort of incisive mind trying to pull together this admittedly very easy puzzle.
And the only link really to say to Doctor Who fans by this is it's Liz Shaw's continuing story. It's very straight up at that time. Is there any need for these things now? I just don't think there is.
Does that mean Liz Shaw's been probing for the last 15 years? No, seriously. I'm not being rude. Seriously. Has she been?
I'm sure she has.
In the Preternatural Research Bureau. Is that what it's called? Preternatural Research Bureau.
Yeah. But there are some more probe films after this, but they're out on DVD. They are short little things shot on a webcam that they've sort of grouped together. They were online. You could buy them for about $2.99 each, or you can buy the DVD for 20 quid. I'm not going to bring you back to do those though, don't worry.
Oh, please do. But what's happened is the tide has turned in a massive way, hasn't it? Because when those initial pro videos were coming out, we were salivating for them and we
Yeah.
really wanted to see those Doctor Who actors. Now, this has become the butt of the joke.
I know.
hasn't it? And we're like, well, we've got expensive Doctor Who now. Why are we watching this?
Yeah, it's a shame because they do all sort of get grouped together, and there are definitely better ones. There are good ones and bad ones and better ones, and I'm very nostalgic about them. I mean, that's why I do this podcast and write a fucking book on them, obviously. I wouldn't be doing it if I was just a massive hater. But it's they do get unfairly sort of grouped together, so it's Zygon and Probe, but Probe is miles ahead of Zygon. And, you know, as you were saying, the first two Auton films particularly, I think, are great. There's that second film where they're out on location, and it's location done well.
It's really well
great.
done. There's sequences of boats going over water with like high angle shots. There's all those sequences in the churchyard. Even the CGI is not terrible.
Yeah, and actually, the characters in there are really good as well, with Dr. Fowl and everyone. There's a lot of character moments in this. Whereas here, so his brother's just turned up after all these years. His brother,
are you sure that's
thought he was
dad?
dead, right? His brother, no, because they were young and because he's lived for a long time.
Like 5 generations.
But there's no like, he's not that surprised. He's just okay. Let's carry on. There wasn't any emotional. He's just accepted.
I'm
suddenly.
So sorry. Did you see
them running?
See them running out of that building, the old man.
Oh my god. The running in this is generally horrendous.
Like, yeah, there wasn't any, you know, character put in there. There wasn't any moment there where they're having a discussion. It's just quickly, all right, let's just get in the car and go.
Oh, and this fella, the soldier, he just got shot, right? And in a minute, he just stands up and goes, right, they've got to get after him now.
Oh, and this office, you need to put something on the wall just to make it look like it's like...
And that poor woman, the Liz, Daisy Haggard. Daisy Haggard? Oh no, that's the one from The Lodger. What's her name? Patricia Haggard.
Patricia Haggard.
Haggard, and she looks a bit haggard as well. I mean, it's the Romulus and Remus effect. She can't say her R's, and they keep giving her lines full of R's.
Do you know how this was cast?
It wasn't.
It was.
You'll do.
It was Bill Baggs in his time away from Doctor Who. Joined an amateur dramatics company because he wanted to learn how to act. And as you can see, he's learned how to act. And these were all the people in his Amdram group. He was like, I'm going to make another Probe film and this is it. And so he just cast them all.
Is the word.
Yeah.
It's fun if you're like, let's do this as a project together. Just don't sell it as a product. I don't think that's the problem.
Do you think they had fun making it?
Oh, I bet
they did.
I bet some of them thought, this is my big break.
This is going to lead on to Silent Witness and all the rest.
Do you reckon I could get Hazel Burrows on the podcast to do an interview about her time as Liz Shaw?
If you're there,
you better not listen to this.
Can I come through the questions, please? Why didn't you put some slap on before you went on screen? Come on now.
It is
a bit like how I would imagine Evelyn Smythe to be if they made an Evelyn Smythe spin-off.
That is sacrilege.
She's more suited to Evelyn Smythe investigating than Liz Shaw.
But it's still a poor man's Evelyn Smythe, right?
Yeah.
You know that picture you posted up on Twitter when you were asking for questions about this? I thought the way that picture was shot, she looked like a hemovore.
She looks like Robert Smith from The Cure does now. You know, he's quite old and he's wrinkly, but he still wears the makeup. It's almost terrifying.
You see, this bit is where I mean, just clear all the junk in the room out before you start filming. That's the problem. That's what distracts me when I'm watching this. All these bits that's all you need to do. It's a simple thing that is achievable. But it just would help.
You noticed as well,
it just really works.
Her body language in every scene, her shoulders are sort of slumped down. And she looks very relaxed, even in dramatic moments like that. So it does genuinely just look like
not sure what's going on.
Yeah.
In some weird old woman and said, right, you're going to act in this scene, you know?
Do you know the thing where it looks like they spent money is on the weapons and the army uniforms?
And there's a car as well, isn't it?
Whose car is that? That's what I want.
Yeah, but that's borrowed from someone's rich partner, isn't it? Like somebody's like there's somebody in the Amdram group whoever the prettiest woman is who has got a rich husband and that's it, and that's his.
Well, just as proof that I definitely have a hard on for Too Hot for TV, and I do pay attention. In that Zygon commentary, you were saying you can tell a BBV production because of how cheap the cars look.
Yeah.
Well, they've come on a bit now, haven't they?
It's
But
true. It's true.
Here in this scene, you just saw a chair and someone's coat and stuff just in the background, like right in the shot there. It's just. Oh.
I'd like to say this bit where he gets shot is the worst scene in the entire movie, but there's the rest of the movie to think about.
Yeah.
But when he gets shot, right, he gets this tiny bit of blood on his head.
Yeah.
And then the fella puts his hand round the back of his head. So the idea is the bullet's gone right through his head.
I don't know.
And is completely covered in strawberry jam.
There is a lot of people getting shot in this and having no real physical signs that they've been shot.
And no reaction shots.
Yeah.
I know I keep going on about it, but that's where your drama is.
I also I do wonder, because if you use weapons in public, you have to get police permission, quite often police presence, and it can go horribly wrong. There's all sorts of terror stories of film shoots getting shut down. I'm talking big ones because they forgot to tell the police that they were using weapons and they get raided by a SWAT team and stuff like that. And I can't imagine Bill Baggs called up Southampton police and went, I'm going to be running around with a load of guns.
No, that bit later on where he captures her and pretends that he's got a gun to her and takes her into the shopping centre and stuff. Like if they were watching on CCTV, but to get shopping centre security, that someone is obviously being walked through because you've got shoppers in the background looking at the camera going, "Oh, what's going on?" And he's grabbed her.
One woman in that mall looks straight at the camera and she goes, "What's going on? Are we on the news?"
Yeah. And at no point did Bill Baggs look at that and go, maybe we should just do that again because there's a woman looking at the camera. He just went, no, that'll do. No one will
They
ever
did
know.
not have money for remounts of this.
Yeah, they was just quick, go in, film it before we get stopped. I did that because I was filming along Embankment. I was literally just filming someone walking along and I got stopped by whoever. Someone came out of nowhere to say you can't do that. They are on it and you just have to get in there and do it.
Can I say something complimentary about this production?
Please do.
It's the first thing and we're halfway through already. I think the guy playing the soldier has a few moments. I did like the bits at the beginning where he was talking straight to camera.
Yeah.
I thought there was a few moments of sort of naturalism from him. There,
yeah,
that's my positive bit.
I think he's probably the best actor in it. I also think that he's completely miscast as a super soldier, as I said before, like all these chubby Weatherspoons customers that just are supposed to be the super soldiers. But it
would be like casting me as a super soldier. It wouldn't work.
I would accept you as a super soldier over some of these people. I'll tell you that for nothing.
Oh, many men have, don't worry.
Is Liz Shaw the sort of classic series companion that you think needs a spin-off? Like, are we desperate to see more Liz Shaw? I mean, clearly not this much. But
I think if you had a Sunday sort of 7 o'clock budget, like decent production values, and a writer that's willing to explore the character a bit and really do that sort of monster of the week X-Files thing as well. This could. I don't think as a premise it's flawed.
Yeah,
I think everything about how it's made is very flawed.
Well, Probe was Bill Baggs' big shot at trying to make a series that he could sell to like someone like Carlton or someone like that, and there were certainly meetings had, even though they never went anywhere. I think the main problem in obviously it was cheap and you would have reshot it all and if someone had commissioned it. But I think the big problem that this one definitely has it, but those ones in the 90s had, if you're trying to sell it to a wider audience, is the fact that television by that point, and naming the X-Files in particular, is a lot more sexy. And this is nothing against Caroline John and the rest of the cast of it, but you kind of want you want how she looked in the 70s, basically, if you're going to cast her as your lead in something. And that's no slight on her, but you could see why a channel wouldn't pick it up with her as the star, I think.
No, I don't think so. No.
I'd still watch the hell out of it, though, if they did. Just so I could do commentaries like this and bitch about it for an hour.
So then another question. Which classic companion would you like to see in a 90s style BBV straight-to-video spin-off?
I think they should have done Sophie Aldred as Ace.
Yeah?
Because she still would have been very much the same as she was in the series, and she would be totally up for it, I'm sure. Yeah, I think it would be her.
And she'd be in convention appearances for the rest of her life as well. I'm gonna say let's mine some territory that has barely been touched, and we'll say the Dorothea Chaplet Adventures.
Nice.
We'll get rid of that ending where she gets bumped off, shot in the head, and with an STD and all those things that happened to her in the 90s.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen the adventures of Mel and Glitz on that floating Iceland. Just
you know how Dodo goes up to that monoid and says, "Are you up to no good?" I imagine there's an episode where she goes up to Trump, during his presidency. What are you up to? I know you're up to no.
I think there's room for all of those spin-offs. I actually, there's some more fantastic running that's just been happening as well. Sorry, every time someone runs on this, I'm just like, as no one told you can't run.
Who's doing the music in this, Dylan?
I don't know, actually. I wonder if it says. Let me just have a quick look on the box.
Yeah, well, I'm only asking because I didn't think the music was entirely offensive. And in some of those early BBVs, it's Mark Ayres, and he's doing some really good scores.
Mark Ayres, Alistair Locke. They've all done a few things.
I love a Locke.
Do you?
But again, it is that time where you could cherry pick those sort of very talented people that were sort of scrabbling around for a bit of work, and bring them in. I mean, I know it's not BBV, but the score for Shakedown: The Return of the Sontarans, I think it's terrific. Yeah,
it's a rip off of the Alien score, but it's fantastic.
I've got the CD,
I've got it somewhere as well. I haven't listened to it for years.
I've romanced many a person to that CD.
I'm sure you have.
Oh my God, look at him in bed stroking around with his man tits out. I mean, you don't want to look at that, do you? Wait, we're using the same footage.
Yeah, no, it's exactly the same shit.
Flashback footage. Yeah, it's just the
same. This is totally sort of. Well, I imagine this is the sort of thing you did in the 90s when you're doing your student films. The man in the toilet agonizing, punching the walls. And it's very over the top.
And you just need a few. There's all those scenes in that whatever Westminster place it's supposed to be, but if you can, just get a few other extras just to make it look like there's a few more people around. Not that you've filmed it on a Sunday when it's shut and you've just had a few out. It's just those kind of things. You just a few people in the foreground. I mean, this is all stuff that I learned when I was doing all this stuff back at uni. Just those little things, and it just really does help to add to it rather than you're walking down your office corridor,
Yeah.
Now sorry.
I was just going to say, now you guys do the odd location visit for Doctor Who locations. Would you be tempted by an afternoon out in Southampton to visit the sites and locations?
Funny, of this? You should say that. He was just talking about that this week.
Yeah. Forest bit. Yeah, we can find that bit of wall.
Actually, no, wait. Let's do a bet, right? We'll all go there, the three of us, right?
Okay.
And then we'll refilm this, but better. And we'll try. This is what you can do with no budget.
I could probably pull in some favours and we could make a really gritty, exciting version of this.
Oh my God. Can I play the Super Soldier, please?
Absolutely. I'm playing Liz Shaw.
Oh, that makes you Patricia Haggard. I'm so sorry.
This is where she's just standing there, not really reacting very much, and gets the gun to her face, and she just stands there.
Yeah,
before she gets hit.
The bit where he knocks her to the floor. Mark was laughing his head off.
Yeah,
I'm quite shocked at that actually. And
I think that was about the point that my girlfriend Daisy walked in and was just like, "What?" Because she's used to me like watching some shit, and she's a very accommodating woman. And here we are watching this, and it's just like, oh my God, this is too far.
I mean, I think you're verging on geriatric battery there, aren't you?
I was a bit worried about her. I was like, she could get genuinely hurt.
Yeah.
I wonder if she asked for a sequel.
But I mean,
there she goes. He's gonna go in a minute. There, he's gone.
Did you have his face when he fell over? He did like the Looney Tunes eye rolling in the back of his head.
Any second now.
Oh God.
Oh, there she goes.
Come on, people. You want to watch this after listening to this.
I mean, if there's anybody out there that hasn't seen this, and I imagine it's most of the listeners, would you recommend it's worth a watch?
Yes, as the nadir of storytelling. Yes.
Yes.
Things can only get better.
I would say don't watch it alone. If you're going to watch it with some like-minded friends.
Yeah, that is the way to watch it. Yeah.
And if you're looking to introduce anybody to Doctor Who spin-offs, this is not the way.
I hate to break it to you fellas, but I think the three of us might be the only like-minded people that are willing to watch it.
When I used to do the podcast with Jack, my brother, I suggested doing this several times, and he was just like, "No."
And he watched Saigon.
I know. But it's a bonding experience. I think the only thing we could do worse than this is maybe like, is it Doctor Screw, the porno? Something like that. I think that is like...
How have I not seen that?
There's a couple of them, isn't there? There's Taken by Daleks or something like that as well.
Oh, I'll keep that one banked.
Yeah.
Quick shout out. Can I do a quick shout out for Jack? Because
Yeah,
I'll
you
tell you
can.
what, boy, he's a funny fella, isn't he?
He's a funny
makes me
chap.
laugh. He pulls out these obscure references of Doctor Who in those podcast episodes.
He's a very funny chap.
He did that list of Doctor Who porno titles. I was absolutely dying.
Oh, here we have Liz with a goggles. Science outside.
Yeah.
You can't do that inside.
Yeah. It's just with a Bunsen burner, because we all know that that's how you test anything.
Do you remember those weird goggles you had as a kid, and it had like slides going through it?
Yeah.
What those goggles remind me of that she's got on there.
And there's a bit now. This is the bit where he's like, "Where are you going?" And then it cuts, and she's like really far off in the distance. All of a sudden, she's got superpowers. This Liz.
That reminded me of that sequence in Austin Powers where he's going, "No!" Everything's coming towards him really slowly. But this time she's very fast.
I like the fact that Super Soldier's put on his sunglasses as well now. He's really in Terminator mode, isn't he?
This should be very sexy, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
But they've got this pot-bellied pig at the wheel of the car, and it just look, as a fat man, I can say it, all right?
It's just, even like the clothes they're wearing, like they're fine, but it's like nothing is designed. Like, just think a little bit more about.
Trisha, she's supposed to be some head of government person.
Yeah.
She, in those scenes, she's wearing trainers and jeans in those office scenes the whole time. She's not in anything smart or anything like that.
She's wearing trainers.
Surely, yeah, she's wearing the trainers, and yeah, it's just those little
Don't
things.
mean to keep
well.
coming back
Sorry.
to this, but you know she can't pronounce her R's, and she says probe in every
single scene.
There's also if you look at the continuity of outfits on some of the characters, not so much the soldiers, but it's like it'll be the same day or later the same day, and they're in just different outfits because they're obviously.
I said that. I was like, I swear Liz was wearing something different. Yeah, she changes her top a couple of times throughout this.
I think Bill Baggs was also the continuity advisor as well.
I mean, Caroline John does talk about when doing the last two Probe films, she was saying like they were shooting them at the same time and they never knew which ones they were shooting. And she got quite angry at Bill because he was like, it doesn't matter, just wear whatever. She was like, no, I was wearing something else in the other, because they didn't have a costume assistant or costume designer at all. So it's his corner cutting starts around the time of the Probe films and just descends into ultimately Probe When to Die and the stuff that he's recording on his webcams now.
You know, I never forget the second one, Unnatural Selection.
Yeah.
The one with the sort of mutant on the front.
Yeah.
And there's a sequence in that where someone's hands goes into a body. Well, as a 13-year-old kid, I was all for that gore, you know.
Yeah, me too.
Doctor Who's out, Probe's in, you know.
Yeah. I genuinely thought at sort of 13, 14 years old, the Probe was one of the best things I had ever seen. It's not, but I was 13 or 14.
I just thought something else complimentary to say. This is two things in an hour here. The sound design has gotten better, i.e. I just never forget the end of The Dead of Winterbourne when they're at that motorway and you can't hear the dialogue. All you can hear is the cars going past during the dramatic climax, whereas I can actually hear all the dialogue in this.
Yeah.
Well done, Bill Baggs.
What do we think of Box? Because that was a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, just
idea.
A talky sci-fi box.
Well, that's her doing Box, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is.
I think that's the best acting she does in it. So.
Yeah.
It's a neat idea, actually.
Yeah, well, it's just
it's
like
Liz Shaw's K9, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. But they can't afford like a K9 substitute, so they've just gone, what have we got? Oh, we've got Box, so we'll call it Box.
But it doesn't really do anything. Like, it's not
I think
plot essential.
I think it gives her the idea to go in the ventilation shaft or wherever she goes, back down the back way. later on.
I mean, we watched
Yeah.
Doctor Who for 50 years. Go up the ventilation shaft.
Yeah, well, yeah, she goes down the back. She looks out of the cupboard at everything going on a bit later.
Did you notice there? She's in that same bloody negligee. She's only got one sexy outfit, that woman.
Yeah, well, I mean, I imagine she doesn't feel very sexy when she's lying next to that guy who just. He looks very dry. He looks like he needs a couple of glasses of water or something like that.
I feel a bit embarrassed saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway, because we've taken a piss out of the dreadful attempts to be sexy.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget in The Devil in Winterbourne, I'm 13 years old. I'm not out yet, but I'm gay. And there's a sequence where I think it's Reece Shearsmith and someone else. They meet in like a darkened attic, and one strokes the other one's face.
Yeah.
And it was sort of, I'm not saying it was a seminal moment in, my puberty.
Seminal.
Thank you. But it sort of impacted.
No, I get that as a bisexual man. Like there was definitely like I've not really seen young men do that before. I mean, there's places on the internet where you can find young men doing that now,
there is
as I later learned. But it's also you see someone's willy through their boxer shorts, don't you? In that one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I love that bit. I used to pause that bit, and then my mum wondered why the tracking was fucked during that scene. Did you see that moment there where Liz Shaw came in and sat down and Patricia Haggard is asleep? I keep saying her full name because it's so funny. Well, it's a terrible name, isn't it? Why would you call someone Haggard? And then cast that actress. Anyway, that's the one moment where I believe their relationship. She puts the sort of the blanket round her.
Yeah.
And not talking or interacting. So for a second, I'm like, okay, I believe they live together.
It's a very tender moment, and you can tell someone's thought about it. I bet it wasn't in the script. We're into the exciting car chase now, which is gripping.
Day out at the shopping centre.
Did you say earlier they had to get out quick because the shopping centre was shutting?
I've got permission for this, and they've got to do that on the Sunday afternoon quickly while it's quiet.
I think all this stuff on the monitors is very good, but it is just well done, a monitor.
Yeah.
But it's also like, why are you spending the money on that? No, it's like because it's green screened in. You can tell.
Yeah, it's done afterwards. Yeah. I think that's very well done. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, another compliment. We're just throwing them out left, right, and centre.
Did you see that air freshener sun wobbling from side to side on the car there? Yeah. I think that was emoting a bit more than some of the actors because it was smiling. Okay, I'm getting desperate now.
Now, I put out some questions from other people on the internet, which I never do, but as I said, I'm stealing your format. And the lovely Cy Hart asks, so who is the target audience for this? And will fans of Caroline John / Liz Shaw be put off by the recasting?
You nearly said Caroline Ford there, didn't
you? She's always on my mind.
Imagine if she was in there. Oh, Christ.
Oh, my God.
The only way this could possibly be worse.
What is that box? He's a soldier.
So who is the target audience for this?
I think the target audience is people still interested in Liz Shaw that want to see Caroline John playing Liz Shaw. Yeah, so therefore, there is not an audience for this.
I think it's the target audience for this is those people who have been brought up on B movies and terrible productions. No, I think the target audience for this is supposed to be Doctor Who fans, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's, I don't. Yeah, if this was like the first one made in 1991 or something, then we would have. We would have a different experience with it, I think. But because of the time, it's just not needed in 2015.
I mean, the truth be told, I'm the target audience because when I heard it was going to happen, I was like, oh, I'm quite interested to see what Bill Baggs could do now. Modern technology. Is he any good? What's he been doing for the last 15 odd years? And the answer was very quickly, he's terrible. And there is no need for this to exist or to watch any more of it in any way, shape, or form. I don't think it ever got covered in like DWM or anything like that. It's very much an anomaly outside of like mainstream fandom.
I realise this is a bit of a backward compliment, but we've done a lot of comparing to the earlier probes in the Autons and things like that. So maybe the fact that this exists to compare to just how good or how much better those were. Maybe that justifies it.
But also, just to compare to what the real-time stuff was going on that have been coming out, like the White, like the Miss Hawthorne White Witch. That was the other side, as it were.
Yeah, but do you know what? Like, if you speak to Keith about the White Witch, he's like, he knows it's not of high production values. He was just putting something together that he wanted to do, and I think you get that feeling from the production. But also, if you buy the DVD, there's enough additional content on there that even if you don't like the actual thing, you're like, okay, this is a package worth paying money for.
Yeah, and I enjoyed that, and I appreciated that. Yeah, that also had probably a similar budget, but the way it was done was in a way that it knew its limitations, and she was talking to the camera sort of Jack and Nori style, and you had those sort of flashbacks put in afterward. It wasn't trying to do a whole
working to their budget.
It was working to what it was, and I think that's what worked. So I think that kind of thing can work for Doctor Who audiences around this time, to see those characters that aren't going to have anything to do with the TV series again or anything like that. But that's where this doesn't come in, though. So you can have that, but it's just a shame that this doesn't have.
Damaris
Heyman. I always want to say Hyman, but it's not Hyman.
There's your hook.
So that's where those things do work.
And is it shot at Devil's End at the Elborn? So there's about 5 hooks there already. You're not pound shop Liz Shaw.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah. And what do you need? Could you do something? Could you have done something original with different characters? The same kind of story, his own sci-fi thing. Your X-Files thing there's no point having this Shaw.
No, exactly. He did I think either before or after this, he also did a rom-com. Now, I've not seen it. It's nothing to do with Doctor Who, but I am
desperate.
Well, I'd be interested to see that, just to see how that would work without any of the.
As long as it's not something like Sylvester McCoy and India Fisher getting it on.
Oh God, yeah. What's that?
Fly to the moon. Yeah.
I heard that when it came out, and I remember thinking this is weird, and I've never gone back to it, but part of me is a little bit tempted to revisit it. But also,
he comes across as such a pedo in that. It's so creepy.
It is a character, right? And like, we're not saying that McCoy's a pedo.
What one are you talking about? Are you talking about the right one?
Fly Me to the Moon. Isn't that one?
I don't know if you've. Are you talking about Punchline with Sylvester McCoy?
Oh,
that's a BBV audio.
Oh, and he comes across as one in Zagreus as well.
Oh yeah,
Winky.
Uncle Winky.
Yeah. No, sorry. Please let me retract that statement saying that Sylvester McCoy is a pedophile. I do not think Sylvester McCoy is a paedophile. Okay.
Sylvester McCoy, by all accounts, is a very lovely human being, and whoever he may have played on screen is not representative of him.
Do you know, when you said whoever he may have, I didn't know where that was going.
It may not have escaped your attention. We've stopped talking about.
So this is the hostage situation bit. But there's not that much tension.
No,
I don't think.
I've had diarrhea that's been more intense than this hostage situation, to be perfectly honest.
Do you know, though, there was a series 3 episode of the X-Files called Pusher, right? Where, do you remember that one? Where the fella could influence people's minds just by talking to them, sort of hypnotizing them. And Mulder goes in because he's holding up, like he is here, holding up somebody, and Scully's on the other end. So they are sort of playing in the same ballpark, like doing the same sort of scenes that you get in the X-Files. Unfortunately, it's just not quite as gripping.
And there's all this bit about this chair, something about, that's you resurrected the witch from that chair or something, like some unseen adventure. That sounds a bit more interesting, I think. I want to see that.
Be careful what you wish for, okay?
Shall we shoot that one?
Yeah. I mean, that chair's like this weird sort of MacGuffin, isn't it, that they throw in there, and it's like, oh, we've got this space chair that I put together like Doctor Who, and it's going to sort you out. It's very odd.
Starring Dylan Reeves, Joe Ford, and Mark Rawlins in The Resurrection Chair.
Coming soon. We're off to Southampton next week, listeners, to rate this fantastic story.
Got a battered armchair we could take. Don't worry.
Can I also just say, Liz Shaw's bag, which she's just put down. I used to have a bag like that.
Yeah.
I think it's from River Island. That is my bag.
Now, this bit where she's crawling through like an asbestos tunnel or something
this is
like
the
that.
funniest bit.
Oh, she's getting into character there.
And then she pops her head up and the wind is blowing in her face. She looks very put out by the whole thing.
She's a real action hero at this point, isn't she? But it can't be safe for her to go up there. Like,
no, I don't think anybody did any health and safety checks.
No, it just looks like it's riddled with asbestos, and like this is probably the last thing the reason there isn't another one, she probably died shortly afterwards from
and she's
asbestos
probably saying like, "Oh, I'm not sure," and he's probably just like, "Just do it, just get up there."
I've directed over 20 films. I know what I'm talking about.
This is the emotional crux now. She's trying to get through to him. You know, you loved me once. As Liz Shaw comes to the rescue, I'm absolutely hooked.
It's gripping stuff.
Like Patricia, she's just sitting there. She just looks bored, like she's waiting for her next take. It's not. Yeah. There's nothing there. There's no tension. You're not giving me any tension there.
No,
like, you're seeing like what's happening, what's going on. She's just.
The way he's advancing on her menacingly, I'm not sure if he's going to hit her or fuck her. I'm just like, what's going to happen in this thing?
Well, that's the drama, isn't it? That's the drama.
Right. Oh, now he's doing close-ups. Look, he's doing close-ups during the hostage guard. The guy on the line going, you know, Liz Shaw's nearly there. She's going in. You know,
it doesn't quite reach the sort of 24 level of drama, though, does it? There's a reason 24 wasn't set in Southampton and shot on a budget of £5.50.
I think you should. There should be a drinking game. Drink every time you see a flip chart or rucksack in the background of bits.
You'd be absolutely shit faced within about 20 minutes.
Oh, here come in the heavy.
Oh,
Jesus.
that guy on the right. I mean, is he supposed to be a trained soldier?
I don't know.
Looks like some tramp they've just dragged from outside Waitrose.
Where have they got all these weapons from?
Yeah, look, like all of a sudden. You're like, what is this? And they've got a little like battering ram as well that you see in a minute. It's like somebody must be like in the TA. If not the TA, it must be like paintballing, or they know like a prepper, a survival prepper who's got like everything for the apocalypse. And like, can we borrow your stuff? And it's like, all right, the apocalypse isn't going to happen this Sunday, so you can have my army gear.
I thought that was quite dramatically shot then when we saw it from that camera that was just shoved under the door.
Yeah.
But it was only 2 seconds of footage, so I'm not sure what it bothered.
And I think she's in hostage in I think it's an edit suite, I think.
Yes, yeah. It's definitely all around this workplace. It's like this van or whatever it is where they're supposed to be watching from. It's clearly some sort of traveling edit suite or something.
Yeah.
Do you know, I want to ask you both a question then. If you clearly cannot execute this story with the panache that it requires, should you bother?
I think perhaps he should have tried like doing a 10-minute short first of all to see whether he could pull it off. I don't know whether he should have. I don't. The world is not a better place for this existing, you know? Like, this is nobody's... Although, you know what? If they had fun making it, as Mark keeps saying, it's the fact that people have to pay money for it that I think is the grey area. Like, if this is the most exciting thing the people in it, the Amdram people in it have done, then good for them. And I'm sure they had great fun making it. There she is in a cupboard, old Hazel Burrows.
Like this feels to me like Baggs's audition reel of like, right, you know like when they did the pilot of Buffy of like, this is kind of what we're going for. It's a bit rough around the edges, but this is what I can do if you give me some money, rather than the polished final result. Yeah.
No, I get that. I had another question from Michael Mills, who's also been on this podcast. He said, do you think the production team achieved what they wanted to achieve here?
No.
I think using the word production team is probably a little...
I think for the actors involved, it's a nice bit. They can take a scene and put it for their show reel, or just say they've done this, add it for that. But no, unfortunately, I don't think it.
Although, I might have to say, I did have a delirious hour watching this earlier in the week. And I'm now having a delirious hour talking about it.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
fair enough.
So maybe time to die does not give pleasure, because it does.
No, very true. He also asked, how solid a legal basis does the film have, which we sort of covered. But he also says, when does the film feel like you should die?
The establishing shot, really.
I think it's those opening sequences. You just get that shock of like, okay, this is what it's going to be like,
Yeah.
and then as you go through, you do get used to it.
Yeah.
And then you understand, okay, this is what it's going to be like, and I think that's when you can try and enjoy it.
It looks worse than like a 90s daytime soap. Like,
Yeah.
like the early episodes of Doctors, which are rough and ready. And like, I'm not going to hold Doctors up as the greatest bit of television ever, but, they're a production line of professional people make it. But those early episodes, if you see the clips of them now, look really bad. But this just looks, it's just shocking.
But like even unfiltered, like
Yeah.
if he knew, when to cut into the reaction shot, if he was more concerned about how dynamic a shot looked rather than, oh wow, I've got this fantastic location, so I'm going to show it off.
Yeah.
Maybe that wouldn't even matter.
Yeah,
if it was a gripping enough story.
He just fundamentally doesn't know how to direct cameras or people, which is a bit of a problem if you are a director.
Did you do Syl and the Devil Seeds of Arador? I've not seen that.
No, that was Keith Barnfather at Real Time. And again, that's
desperate to watch that.
It's great fun because it's basically like a new bit of studio band 80s Doctor Who. It's like it's a lot of fun. If you go into it expecting something of the quality of the current series of Doctor Who, you won't get it. But it's a multi-camera studio band drama, little sci-fi with Nabil Shaban chewing the scenery. So it's a lot of fun and well worth a watch.
It's also got the highlight of Sophie Aldred's career when she gets to sponge down Nabil Shaban's privates. I saw that bit in the trailer.
Yeah, someone's had a wank to that.
God. Someone's had a wank to this pairing.
There are some sick puppies out there, I tell you.
Well, both was Bill Baggs, unfortunately. I only got the 2 lots of questions. I did have a lot of other people going. I haven't watched it, but I can't wait to hear this. So there are people out there who are living for this content, including John Isles, Mark Cockram, and Danny Lavery.
I retweeted it, right? And I got one response that just went, shite. It just said that.
So it was not quite the response of I was hoping that like fans of this film would come out the woodwork, but it turns out no one's seen it and there aren't any fans, which is a shame.
I'm not entirely surprised.
No, not at all. I think those original Probe films have their fans, and I'm assuming that the new little ones they keep making, there must be people out there that like him. But they also they're all about a shared universe now, BBV. So obviously they introduced the Cyberons into the Probe stuff they do. Who else? Do you know what a Cyberon?
Not seen Cyberon, no.
Oh, are those Cybermen with the claws?
No. They're nothing as good as that.
That's the Dark Dimension, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Oh, we're missing we're missing the gripping climax with the regeneration energy, aren't we?
Oh, amazing.
Use the space chair.
That's where the special effects went.
So the Cyberons were rip-off Cybermen without handles that they used in the audios, and then they did a video that was nothing to do with the audios, and it was much more like a gripping drama written by none other than Lance Parkin and starring Joe Castleton.
Yeah, she is the star.
We love her so much. We went to a local production just because she was in it.
Amazing. She's a legend. You should start a Joe Castleton-based podcast. Just watch everything she's ever done.
Do you know what? There'd be quite a bit you could do, actually.
Yeah.
A load of big finishes at the beginning as well.
She did. We covered
bitchy in Oh No It Isn't.
Oh, really? And she shows up in the Marion Conspiracy. I covered that quite recently on the podcast, and
great in that as well.
I was like, she's a good performer.
You know how we spent sort of the last hour now eviscerating this production?
Yeah.
We should reconvene at some time and do something really good. Like, I know you've done Shakedown, but just so we can spread a bit of love.
We absolutely will. We'll do some good stuff as well. I just felt like I needed to share this with somebody, and you two people felt like the people that I would most appreciate watching this.
I feel deeply honoured. You chose to share it.
I'm glad I've seen it. I'm glad I got around to it because I had heard of it. I just hadn't got that actual urge to watch it before. But I'm glad it's a curiosity, isn't it? It's that you just want to see how it was done and what it's like, and you've seen it.
There's another series, and it's like 14 parts. It's an audio series called Soldiers of Love from the 90s, which I'm really sort of. Do you know it? Have you listened to it?
I just remember all those Doctor Who magazine adverts. They used to have one-page adverts with all of these, a couple of Blake Seven people, loads of people from Doctor Who in it. Yeah,
who's in it?
Was like is Colin Baker in them?
Colin Baker,
Michael Keating, I think, is in a few.
Who else? Sarah Sutton. It's like everybody in it is from either Blake Seven, Doctor Who, or Red Dwarf, and each one has a cast of about 7 or 8. Now I've heard it's sort of like a carry-on audio sort of thing, so it's either going to be brilliant or bloody terrible. So I'm thinking that might be my next kind of obscure dive, but I've got them all. But I'm not doing 14 episodes if it's shit.
Oh my God, I didn't realise there were that many.
Yeah, they went
Carry on Doctor Who. That is my bag, baby. I'm telling you. If it's all double entendres.
Yeah, well, let's see. And I know there's even a song performed at one point in them, so could be very exciting.
No,
Joe, I've got a question for you both about the hierarchy of spin-offs, because there are some people that consider like Big Finish a spin-off.
Yeah.
And you've covered a lot, the comics, haven't you? The books, the annual stories. Man, your annual stories episode was so great. The John and Gillian one. That's what you love that one, didn't you? Yeah. So where does this fall then in the hierarchy of Doctor Who spin-offs?
I think it's fallen right at the very bottom, right?
Is it the very bottom? Are we saying that this is the nadir?
Well, I think the thing is, I would class those 90s ones as higher up the chain a little bit. Yeah. But this is in the dregs of fan films is how I would class it. I wouldn't even class it as a Doctor Who spin-off. I'd class it purely as a fan film.
Yeah. I would. Yeah. Because it's just not. It's that same level as a fan film. As I say, you could just upload this to YouTube for free and be like, "We've done a fan film."
Yeah,
I've been trying so hard to think of something worse than this that I've seen. And we watched series 1 of the Tomorrow People recently. And that was pretty shonky.
Yeah.
I think this is worse than that.
Some of those like Auton. If I was doing my big Doctor Who marathon of it's canon and all that, I would put those in there. I would. Yeah. I really do think they're part of. I would include those, but I wouldn't include this.
No, and I think this. Somebody said in my book, just to keep talking about my book. I don't know whether you know I wrote a book. They say, I think it was Jim Smith who writes for like the Black Archives. He said, what happens is when Doctor Who comes back is everything gets shunted down the pecking order one. So Big Finish was sort of the zenith of it, and then maybe the books, and then maybe sort of the Big Finish spin-offs, and then the BBV stuff. And because everything dropped down a level, BBV sort of gets shunted and sort of almost decanonized straight away, and it's no longer a concern of something anybody ever wants to talk about. And I think this is a prime example of why. What we didn't talk about is the exciting cliffhanger of will or will not Liz Shaw go to Spain with Patricia Haggard, which
yes, of course. Well, and then a whole new load of adventures could happen, couldn't they?
Patricia Haggard to take one look at those beautiful Spanish ladies and go, "What am I doing wasting my time with her?"
I think you're right. So
maybe that's what he needs. That background of Spain, just to you could go out there and film that and have like the nice scenery at least.
I don't. These things are going on. It'd be just like Planet of Fire or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I think probably what it needs is a budget, a director with skill, and a cast that can act. That's all.
There'll be one probe in the Algarve or something like that. So let's sum things up. How was your experience of Probe When to Die? Was it what you expected? Was it better? Was it worse?
It was worse than I expected because I've got those memories of those early ones. But I am glad I've watched it. it is entertaining in a strange way.
Yeah.
I think Mark has this thing. He wants to experience it all. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm there with you.
I was brought up on a glut of B movies. Somewhere in my loft, I've got The Nymphoid Barbarian and Dinosaur Hell, which is an absolute classic, and The Brain and things like this. So I've got form with terrible productions. This might be the worst I've ever seen by some margin, I would say. But talking about it and experiencing it with Mark, and then again with you, that's been an absolute joy.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, but you're right, it doesn't really hold any sort of critical value. So I ask everybody to rate it either a clanger, a banger, or an average meander. What is it?
I think you might need to redefine your scale.
What's below
you
a
put
clanger?
Some pretty good stuff in the clanger, compared to this. So what's worse than a clanger?
This?
Oh, God.
So
a clanger, a banger, or probe time to die.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah, it is a clanger. And Time to Die. It is time that the probe series died. I mean, that's what it is. That's what it is, isn't it?
When to die? Right now. After
Yeah.
So, look, I'm very happy that you guys came to do this with me today, and I would love you both to come back individually and indeed together and do some things that you actually love rather than this. I know me and Joe have already been talking offline about some things we might cover in the future. And Mark, I'll be in touch with you if I haven't scared you away, and we'll see if we can find some exciting Doctor Who related media to do. Next time on the podcast is the last episode of the series. I'm just taking a couple of months off, but we'll be back later in the year. And I'm joined by, he said he'd never be back, but he's back twice in one season. Jack's coming back, and we're doing Dalek Empire Season 2, the Nick Briggs space opera. So we'll be recording that in a few weeks' time. So look out for that. But until then, I've been Dylan.
I've been Mark.
And I've been Joe.
And this has been Doctor Who Too Hot for TV.
For TV.
Today, I'm joined by two of my absolute favourite podcasters.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Sorry.
Technical support. This end. Forgot to press record.
Where's the record button?
I do technical support.
Hang on.
Have you heard my podcast?
Yeah, but this I'm not used to this computer.
Hang on a minute.
Don't worry, it's all good because that bit I've done my intro. I've recorded it, so it's fine.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I could just cut you out.
Right.
Cut this bit out. This will go at the end.
Doing a lot of that. Don't worry.
This is I don't know where the
What
thing
you
is.
do?
Press record.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Okay, you press record.
We seem like rank amateurs here, you know. Well, I've never pretended otherwise. No, you go to the
Yes, we go.
voice recorder.
There you go. And
right,
record.
and you just press record. Isn't
Okay,
that one?
right. Yeah, that's the one.
The big button that's a microphone.
Yeah, that is it.
Oh God, man.
Right, there we go.
Hello, testing 1, 2, 3.
Fine.
We're in.
Great work, everybody. Right, I can just pick up from where I was. So,
Too hot for TV.
Oh, Dylan,
yes.
cut this bit out if you like. But I might want to say to you, I've been listening to your podcast like crazy at the moment, going back through all the back catalogue. And whilst I was taking a bath this morning, I was listening to you and your brother talking about Zygon. It was a commentary. Zygon. And honest to God, the sequence during the sex scene, I was roaring my head off. That I haven't seen Zygon, but it sounds like it's as good as this.
Oh, it's worth a watch. I think
Too hot for TV.